To the mothers, the fathers, the sisters, the brothers, the cousins, the nieces, the nephews, to the aunties, to the uncles, to the grandmas, to the grandpas, to the grandchildren, to the mu'min. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It's your boy, Muizzi. Go! In this video, inshallah, we are going to reflect on a woman who almost lost everything, who abandoned her home to be with the Prophet ﷺ, even her own tribe. She went to a far distant land she never been before. And on her way back, something happened. The second wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, she needs no introduction, but we're going to give her one. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you none other than Sawda, the second wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Name and pedigree, Sawda was her name. She belonged to a renowned tribe of Amir bin Luhay, which was a branch of the Quraish. Her ancestry was under. Now y'all got to pay attention to this one. See this, what I'm about to read right here? Right here, what I'm about to read right here about this ancestry. You got to pay attention. You want to know why? Especially if you a kafir. You got to pay attention if you a kafir. You want to know why? You want to know why? It's because the Muslims' ancestry is always traced back to their roots. Think about that. Sawda was her name. She belonged to the renowned tribe of Amir bin Luhay, which was a branch of the Quraish. Her ancestry was under. Pay attention. Sawda, daughter of Zama, son of Qais, son of Abd Shams, son of Abd Wud, son of Nasr, son of Malik, son of Hal, son of Amir, son of Luhay. The mother's name was Shamus, who belonged to the Banu Najjar family of Medina. Her pedigree was Shamus, daughter of Qais, son of Zayd, son of Amir, son of Labid, son of Farash, son of Amir, son of Ghassan, son of An-Najjar. You see how we do that? You see how the Muslims do that? We breaking it all the way down to where she sprouted up at, where she came from. The Muslims historians are like the Brady Bunch. You ever see the picture of the Brady Bunch? Google a picture of the Brady Bunch. They got everybody in the screen. That's how the Islamic root system is. Don't get mad at us, because we record our history. We trace our ancestry. MashaAllah. Don't get mad at us. Don't do that. Marriage and in Islam. She was married to Sakran, son of Amir, who was a nephew of his father. She embraced Islam in the very beginning of prophethood. Her husband also accepted Islam along with her. MashaAllah. So she was married. Her husband accepted Islam along with her. to the first migration of Muslims to Abyssinia. Sawda and her husband remained in Mecca. When the infidels exceeded all limits of tyranny and repression, Sawda and her husband joined the party of immigrants leaving for Abyssinia. She returned to Mecca after staying in Abyssinia for a number of years along with her husband. Sakran died on return to Mecca. Now let's back it up a little bit. Let's press rewind. Let's press rewind. The head of her clan was Amir bin Luhay. There was something real suspicious about Amir bin Luhay. What is interesting about this character? Why am I even mentioning him? What does this have to do with the second wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You're probably asking yourself that question right now. Well, I'm about to tell you. Slow down. Amir bin Luhay went on a journey one day in the Levant. He met some people. Impressed by their worship, decided to take an idol named Hubal, which was a human figure believed to control the action of divination, which was performed, which was performed by tossing arrows before the statue. The directions which the arrows pointed answered the questions that was being asked of the idol, Hubal. I'm going to read that again. Amir bin Luhay. One day he went on a journey. He met some people. Impressed by their worship, decided to take one of their idols, bring it back to Mecca, named Hubal, which looked like a human being figure, and they believed that he controlled the act of divination, which was performed by tossing arrows before the statue. The directions which the arrows pointed answered their questions which they were asking the idol. Subhanallah. Can you imagine someone talking to a statue, bringing it back to your city and telling you that that statue can answer what you ask it if you throw an arrow at it and it lands in a certain direction? How stupid do you gotta be? The Hubal followers are the people who fought the Prophet and the Sahabas during the famous battle of Badr. So now you understand her background, her family history. So she came from a fighting, idol, pork, eating, fornicating, running around naked background. Sawda. Say her name. Sawda. She returned to Mecca after staying in Abyssinia for a number of years along with her husband. Where's Abyssinia? Ethiopia. Sakran died on returning back to Mecca. Marriage with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After the sad demise of Khadija. Ya Allah, have mercy on Khadija. The Holy Prophet was greatly grieved, stricken, on seeing his condition. Hazrat Khawla, daughter of Hakim, wife of Usman bin Mazun, supplicated to the Rasul, supplicated to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he needed a kindly companion to look after the household and the children. On his ascent, Hazrat Khawla went to Hazrat Sawda's father and delivered a message for the marriage. He agreed, but asked her to inquire personally from Sawda. The matter was decided, and the father gave her hand in marriage to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a dowry money of 400 dirhams. After the marriage, Abdullah, son of Zama, who had not yet accepted Islam, came and expressed his anger and sorrow over the marriage. They was beefing with the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They just gave them their woman, their daughter, their sister. Can you imagine going to battle with somebody and then marrying your daughter to the person you went to the battle to? Can you imagine going to battle with someone, going to war with someone, and then marrying off your daughter to the people you were beefing with? MashaAllah. MashaAllah. It's Allah's will that Sawda came to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You're going to find out in a minute. The year of the marriage of Hazrat Sawda with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 10 a.m. It is narrated that she seen a dream. Remember what I told you about to find out? Remember what I told you about to find out? She had seen a dream during the lifetime of her former husband. So she wasn't even married to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she had a dream when she was married to another person. Sakran, who gave the interpretation, that was her husband, Sakran. He gave her an interpretation of her dream, that he would die and she, Sawda, would be wedded to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's deep. That's deep. She had a dream, Sawda, when she was married to Sakran, that her husband died. And then she was wedded to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the person who told Sawda that dream was her husband. Can you imagine telling your wife that? I'm going to die and you're going to marry the brother after I die. Inshallah. Man, mashallah, the Muslims, the Sahabas wasn't for no games. Strictly Islam. They wasn't for no shenanigans with Islam, whether it was for or against them. Events after the marriage. In the 13th year of the prophethood, when the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated to Medina, he sent Hazrat Zayd bin Harisa to Mecca to bring Hazrat Sawda to Medina. She came to Medina in the company of Hazrat Zayd and Hazrat Fatima Zahra, daughter of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah be pleased with her. Her death. I hate this part. Because I get into these stories, the seerah of the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, even when it comes to the Sahabas, but this is so intriguing to me. It gives me light, like there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like maybe I can marry again. It's not over. Khadija passed away and Allah brought Sawda to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from his enemies. That's the point you're missing. He brought Sawda to Muhammad, to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not by accident, from his enemies. After she was married to Sakran, who accepted Islam along with Sawda. MashaAllah. They said she was very kind-hearted, man. They said Sawda was very private. He said she was a comedian. She liked to joke with her friends. May Allah have mercy on Sawda, man. This story of this wife hit me. Once the noble wives of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was present before him, they inquired as to which of the wives would depart from this world first of all. Which of the wives would depart from this world first of all? He replied, the person whose hand was the longest of all. That was Sawda. She knew it. She was tall. Her name is Sawda. That means black palm tree. That's why you see the black palm trees on the thumbnail. That's why she's tall on the thumbnail. Sawda is the black palm trees. She had dark skin. She had long hands. And as a result of that, the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, which one of us will die first? Our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the one with the longest hands. Can you imagine being there with the Sahabiyat, with the wives of the Prophet in that meeting, and you were Sawda? Man. SubhanAllah, man. But it was Hazrat Zainab who expired before Hazrat Sawda. Allah! Oh, I thought it was going to be Sawda. Wallahi, I didn't know that. Did you? This is the first time reading this. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be Sawda that was going to die because she had the longest hands. Oh, man. Man, subhanallah. Whew. Man, I was having instead of an emotional breakdown, I was having a monster. How can you say, man in emotion? I don't know. I don't know how you gonna say it, but I was having what men have when they're like, bro, are you serious? Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, yes, it's about to happen, bro. But Sawda didn't die. Not yet. Oh, man, subhanAllah, man. I was in it. I was in the meeting. Was it you? If you was in the meeting, put yes, Sawda, I was in the meeting. Put Sawda in the comment section. Put Sawda in the comment section if you got this far in the video. Put Sawda. Because I was in that meeting when I was reading this. I was in it. MashaAllah, man. Surprising many persons. See? It surprised me. Surprising many persons who did not understand that. By longest hand, the Holy Prophet ﷺ had intended greatest generosity in almsgiving, in which quality Hazrat Zainab excelled all others. Allah! He wasn't talking about the physical hand. Subhanallah, man. Why did y'all tell me, man? Man. MashaAllah, man. Hey, you got me, man. You got me. You got me. You got me. MashaAllah, you got me. Hold on, man. I got to read that again. Surprising many persons who did not understand. So everybody was expecting Sawda to pass away because they interpreted it like I did. Allahu Akbar. I interpreted wrong. You see how easy that was to interpret that wrong? Tell me you didn't interpret that wrong. Tell me you didn't interpret that wrong, man. They said the people like, oh, man, she about to pass away. It's Sawda, she about to go. The Prophet ﷺ said, the one with the longest hands. Allah. Hey, everybody was talking amongst Mecca. They was like, Sawda is about to go. They was probably hugging her, you giving her gifts, saying, Ya Lord, Ya Rab, have mercy on Sawda. That was terrible. Now that's an NDE, a near-death experience. That's a real near-death experience, man. That was wild. Surprisingly, many people who didn't understand that the longest hand the Holy Prophet ﷺ had intended greatest generosity in almsgiving, in which quality Hazrat Zainab excelled all others. MashaAllah. Hazrat.Sawda performed the Hajj. MashaAllah, she like, I'm about to go to Hajj after this one. She was probably like, Because I would have did the same thing if someone came up to me, especially if it was Prophet Muhammad.Sawda, and he said, the guy with the biggest head is gonna die next. I got a big head. The guy with the biggest head is gonna die next. I would have been like, oh man, oh man, I gotta do something about my head, man. I'm going next. And then it was you that died. I would have been like, hey, mashallah, may Allah have mercy on the brother, but I'm about to go to Hajj, bro, because this ain't gonna happen again. No way. So she performed Hajj in 10 AH along with the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Historian was.The has stated that the Sawda died in 54 AH. But the correct position is that she died in the last days of the Khalifa of Hazrat Umar, radiallahu anhu. MashaAllah. I love Umar, man. I like Umar, man. Me and Umar, man, I like Umar. Umar was rough. Tough. In the year 22 AH, at Hazrat Umar himself expired in 23 AH. May Allah have mercy on him. Many trustworthy scholars like Imam Bukhari, Zahabi, Ibn Abdul Bar, and Khazraji have confirmed the times of death of Hazrat Sawda, 22 AH. Her children. There was no child born to her after her marriage with the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but she had a son, Abdul Rahman, from her earlier marriage with Sakran. Abdul Rahman fought as a Muslim soldier in the battle of Jalula in Persia and was shaheed on the battlefield. May Allah have mercy on him. We're reading about you right now, Jalula. We're reading about you right now about the battle of Jalula. Abdul Rahman, he died on the battlefield, shaheed. Features, characters, and qualities. Hazrat Sawda was the tallest of the wives, and she had some flesh. She was most obedient of all wives, and she had dark skin. Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, was so much impressed. Now you know when Aisha say something, because Aisha fiery, she fiery, straight up. Aisha gonna tell it like it is, no cap. So when Aisha say something, everybody listen. They like, hold on, Aisha about to say something. May Allah be pleased with her. Aisha was so much impressed by her obedience, conduct towards the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hey, I got it in my head that I'm thinking Aisha about to say something funny, man. Cause you know Aisha be saying some crazy stuff, man. Not like crazy as in bad, man. Relax, man. Relax, scholar police. Relax. Slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. Hazrat Aisha was so impressed by her obedience, conduct towards the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that she praised her in the following words. Pay attention. Except Sawda, I have never seen a woman to desires that my soul should have been in her body. Read it again. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, was so impressed with Sawda, the second wife of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said the following: except Sawda, I have never seen a woman to desires that my soul should have been in her body. Aisha be dropping, she be dropping some bars. Mashallah. Aisha will hit you, man, with something heavy, man. Aisha will have you going home scratching your head, man, like, man, man, subhanAllah, man, I like that. That make you go home and tell everybody what Aisha said. 5 traditions of the Rasulullah.Wasallam have been mentioned on her authority by the companions of Hazrat Abbas, Hazrat Ibn Zubayr, and Yahya bin Abdul Rahman bin Asad bin Zarara. May Allah be pleased with him. So she only had 5 hadiths that was narrated from her. She was meticulous in the obedience of the Prophet ﷺ, in word and in spirit. On the occasion of the last pilgrimage, the Prophet ﷺ had desired that his wives stay in their homes after his death. Hazrat Sawda, may Allah be pleased with her, obeyed this order to the extent that she did not leave her home even for another Hajj. Saying, I have already performed Hajj and Umrah both, and hence I shall stay on in my home as per orders of Allah and His Messenger. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She's in Mecca. The Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told her to stay in the house. He said, nah, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to perform Hajj. Y'all go do that. Y'all do that. But I'm going to stay right here. Because I'm obeying Allah and His Messenger. I'm obeying Allah and His Messenger. You got that? Allah wa Rasuluhu. In alms giving and generosity, she was above all the wives except Hazrat Aisha. Once Hazrat Umar sent her a sack. She asked the carrier, what does it contain? So Umar sent her a bag. So instead of Amazon now, this is Umar now. He sent her a bag. Something was in the bag. She asked the carrier, what does it contain? He replied, dirhams. Gold, that's gold coins. That's money. She retorted, dirhams are being sent in a sack like dates? Why you hiding dirhams? Why you hiding the gold coins? It's me, Sawda. You putting them in a sack and trying to give it to me on the low? Y'all didn't even catch that, did you? You didn't even catch what I just said, did you? And she hastened after that, after she told the carrier, dirhams are being sent in a sack like dates. She then went on to get rid of the dirhams and distribute the dirhams, the whole bag, to the poor and the needy. She earned magnificently from cleansing off hides and skins, and spent lavishly in the way of Allah on deeds of virtue and righteousness. So she had a job. She was cleaning hides and skins. But she spent lavishly in the way of Allah and deeds of virtue and righteousness. In the matter of sacrificing her personal rights, she was unique. She was of an advanced age when she got into wedlock with the Rasulullah. She was closely followed in marriage by Hazrat Aisha, who was younger in age, lest the Rasulullah may divorce her due to her advanced age. She voluntarily surrendered her conjugal rights in favor of Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, who accepted with pleasure and gratitude. Thus she had the satisfaction of continuous relationship with the Rasulullah. So the night that our Rasulullah was supposed to be with Sawda, she gave it up to Aisha. May Allah be pleased with her. That's the type of woman she was. MashaAllah. She was rather quick and agitated. And Hazrat Aisha, who was ready to appreciate her virtues, said that she was prone to be easily overwhelmed with anger. Once she was going out in the open to answer the call of nature. Hazrat Umar recognized her and told her in so many words. This agitated her, and she complained of it to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After this incident, the verse of the veil was revealed to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The verse of the veil was revealed after that incident. She also had a good sense of humor. At times, she walked in such a way that the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was amused. Once she said to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Last night I prayed in your company, but your bowing became so long that I feared my nose had started bleeding, and I caught hold of my nose for a pretty long time." This amused the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So she said, "Look, man, you was in prostration too long. My nose started bleeding. I had to hold my nose." She was very fearful of the Dajjal. Once she was coming to Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, Hafsa, may Allah be pleased with her, both of them knew her weakness and said to her in a jovial mood, "Have you heard that the Dajjal has made his appearance?" Oh, she already afraid of the Dajjal. Now Aisha and Hafsa, may Allah be pleased with them, they messing with her now. "Haven't you heard that the Dajjal has made his appearance?" Both of them knew her weakness and said to her in a jovial mood, "Have you heard?" Oh, they said, they were asking her a question. My bad. "Have you heard that the Dajjal has made his appearance?" She was alarmed, and she readily entered a tent where certain people were busily kindling fire. Both the ladies, Aisha and Hafsa, came running to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and informed him of the joke they had with Sawda. May Allah be pleased with her. The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam quietly came to the entrance of the tent and said, "The Dajjal has not yet made his appearance." Calm down, Sawda. Relax. Okay? Chill out. On hearing this, Sawda came running out of the tent and cleared her garment of the cobweb which hung to her dress in the tent. Sawda was the first to accept Islam in her family. Can you imagine being a person to stand up and say, I was the first one to say, Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad.Rasulullah. Can you imagine being the first one in your family to say that? Can you imagine being the first one to say that you were the first one in your family who accepted Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad.Rasulullah. This is Sawda, the second wife of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.